everybody. This is Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We're here for our regularly programmed Thursday night stamping adventures. It's the 27th of the month, and I just said to Chris, my friend Chris, who helps me out, she's here. You guys, oh, I know I'm special when I have friends that they have vacation from work and they come to help me. So she was here helping me. We worked on the July birthday cards. Yay! So if you are on my birthday list for July, you will be getting your card mailed out on Saturday. Yay! And we worked on anniversary cards for my team for the month of June. Yay! And so fun stuff. And she was here helping me, and I said to her, wow, I can't even believe that it's the last class for the month of June, because tomorrow is the 28th. I don't have class technically, but we're going to be live tomorrow. I do have, my plan is to do the this is the radically retro. My plan is to do the Discover Bequest answer reveal tomorrow at 10 a.m. ish, it's Friday morning. I have an unscheduled live, but I know I'm going to do it. And so I will be live doing that at some point mid-morning. And depending on how long that takes or where we go with it, I do also have a box of swap cards that I would like to share with you guys. And so that is also on my radar to get that done. Yay. So we've got some lives to do tomorrow. And then Saturday is my mom's birthday and my brother's birthday. My brother was born on my mom's birthday. So we will be celebrating my mom and my brother's birthday on Saturday. And so I will be out at the farm working on stuff with them. And then we have the 30th. And just like that, it's July 1st. And it's my half birthday, right? So yay. All right. So thank you for your patience with me going live today. At the time, I was tardy, 7 minutes again. I called Stampin' Up! At about 10 to 6. I looked at the clock and I'm like, I wonder if they'll be able to answer my question in 10 minutes. And it was a little bit longer. And it's a really good question that I sometimes get asked. And when I get a different answer from somebody on my team who calls, it makes me question. And I call myself and get confirmation so I can go back to my team and tell them what the correct answer is. And so sometimes there are new employees at Stampin' Up! Or miscommunications, and sometimes it doesn't, the correct answer doesn't always get revealed to whoever's calling. And so the question is that and it's a good question. If your upline leaves Stampin' Up! For whatever reason, so you're a demonstrator and your upline, who is also a demonstrator, leaves, resigns, or drops for whatever reason, and you roll up to the next person, you do not have to wait 90 days to switch demonstrators. Stampin' Up! Gives you the option to start over, but not waiting the 90 days, which does 90 days. We were just talking about it on the live yesterday with Donna Grushke, that 90 days feels like an eternity sometimes. For me, it seems like it flies really fast, but I get it. If you're waiting for something, it could take forever, or it could feel like it's taking forever. And so somebody on my team had the question, and they were told that she has somebody wanting to join her team, and that person's upline had left, and so she does not have to wait 90 days. And so I can't wait. I just literally got off the phone and I went live, and now I'm excited to call and tell my downline, no, your new downline does not need to wait 90 days. She can call or actually email and resign and then join Stampin' Up!, let's say on Monday, if they can get it through tomorrow. So that's how that goes. And that is always the answer I've always gotten. So I think it comes down to how you word the question. So that's that in a nutshell, in case you're wondering. Hi, Mary Lemke. Hi, Barbara Smith. Hi, Connie Moore and Sharon Davis and Mary Carls from Jericho. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Amy Langlos. Sharon Davis is here. Hi, Becky Rohr and Sherry Stewart. Hi, Debbie Gass. Kathy Showalter. It was a hot, sunny day today in a good way. It felt really good. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. Hi, Sarah Merchant. Hi, Debbie Stone from Texas. Hi, Linda Hunt. Linda Hunt. I still have a note here for you. Don't think I have forgotten about you. I have a pretty in pink little color swatch that I'm going to be mailing to you in your next package. Unless you need it right now, I can pop it in an envelope and mail it to you. But I think we were okay setting it out with the next shipment. So, hi, Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Christine. She said hello to everybody, and she was going to be tardy. Hi, Linda Scott. Hi, Deb Norman. That is me, by the way. Hi, Donna Grushki. Hi, Eileen, waiting so patiently. There's Randy. Hi, Barbara Gobby. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Julie Black. And there's Angelique. Yay. Mary Sykes. Hi, Trisha Bagley. Oh, we gotta get the air conditioning. Yes, you guys, it's been hot all around. It's still there. Deb Norman. Chris is still there. She was, yes. Chris left at about 5:30, you guys. So, I had a Zoom call and from 5 to 5:30, and then Chris left at 5:30, and it's always it's a lot going on. Hi, Deb Thurman. Hi, Melanie Boy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jean. There's Kate from New Jersey. Hi, Hilda Nell. Hey, Deanne. So we have 73 people watching. How exciting. Yay, I love it. Roll call. Let's do roll call right away. I have my yellow book sitting in front of me. So let's go ahead and let everybody know who's here. I always do roll call to shout out everybody's name. It's a dual purpose. What I realized, I never started off as dual purpose, but it's a little dual purpose. It allows me to give a big kudos and congratulations and then a thank you to everybody who got kits from me. I hope you enjoy making the cards. I greatly appreciate your support. And then at the same token, if you don't hear your name called, you can reach out to me and say, hey, what's up? Why don't you have my name on your list? Like, what's going on? Have you not checked your emails yet? Have you missed me? Whatever it is, I have lots of this class left over, exactly about 11. So I'm sure that there's one or two people that may reach out to me and say, hey, you missed my name. What's going on? And that is because I have been a little bit crazy. You guys, it's the story of my life. You know this. If you've watched me for a time or two, you know that this is normally what I'm going to say is I'm a little behind on the emails. I can get caught up. If I stay at them and I work on them 8 hours and once a week, I can stay up on them. I missed that window this last week. I would normally do Monday nights. I would work on them from 10 p.m. until like 6 a.m. And I couldn't do that this Monday. I was exhausted and I just didn't stay up all night working on emails. And so I got a little bit more backlogged. And so just know that if you did reach out to me for this class, just say, hey, quick reminder, I did sign up for this class. Please save one for me and I'll make it happen. Okay. So plenty of this one. It's not like in the past where we're like, no, we don't have any left. So without further ado, we have Pat Fleming, Mary Jo Stoll, Julie Bierschbach, Jennifer Jones, Francis Rodriguez, Angelique McClendon, Sherry Stewart, Sue Spigner, Connie Moore, Jenna Helms, Jeannie Parker, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Donna Grushke, Mary Lemke. Give me a shout out if you guys are here. Shirley Malarkey, Nedra Dover, Lisa LaFramboise, Karen Wetstein, Kate Race, Karen Woods, Brenda Cottrell, Kathleen Ketterman, Sherry Martin, Ellen Brover, Angela Knutson, Sandy Coy Emery, Susan Bellamy, Emily Buska, Deanna Stell, Jeannie Gertis, Janice Ormiston, Marcia Dean, Eileen Hodek Hayward, Sharon Davis, Barbara Rudolph, Laura Sullivan, Leslie McMinn, Deb Thurman, Linda Scott, Terry Costin, Trisha Fagley, Linda Hunt, Kathy Showalter, and over to the next page, we have Barbara Gobby, Mary Carls, Sarah Merchant, Sheila Roberts, Gwen Simmons, Carmen Melendez, Vicky Rodriguez, Gwen Petrashek, Carolyn Ketchmark, Joanne Naples, Carmen Sanders, Lori Baxter, Feline Mays, Lynn Beasley, Debbie Gast, Pat Lee, Barbara Smith, Penny Powell, Shelley Schultz, Karen Forward, Anna Scheffer, Latokia Trigg. Yay to you girls. Oh my goodness, so exciting. So that is awesome. I think that was about 69 people, which is awesome. It was a little bit like, I'm trying to think here. I was planning for 80 in my head. And so they have about 11 spots left for this class. Diane had a good class she had class doing this on Tuesday, and she had, I think, 11 people. So collectively, I believe we made 96 kits between both classes, and to only have 11 left out of 96 is pretty good in terms of trying to forecast what we really needed. It's because it's so hard to go back and cut for maybe 5 more kits or 10 more kits, and so we have been tending to overestimate the number that we need to cut and prep for. it just allows so that we don't have to say no to somebody right before the class and because it's full. And we hate saying that it's having, like, to say that the class is full is something that makes me sad. So lots of you guys are here. Yay. Front and center is what Penny Powell is. I love it. So Penny Powell, I believe your kits got mailed out. I would have to guess it was either yesterday or Tuesday. I cannot remember the date, but they should be arriving to you in the Sunshine State very soon. We will do a door prize drawing for these people. Everybody that signed up a little bit later at the end of class. Ooh, I also have cards to give away. If somebody, anybody, can help me remember, and I know if I don't have a Post-it note right here, let me just see if I can connect the comments. I thought I would try looking for live YouTube videos. I was gonna see if I could connect the comments. I always love seeing the comments in both spots, and in some, it hasn't been like this for about 2 months. So if I'm gonna make a note so that I don't forget to do the door prize, not the door prize. We're gonna do card giveaway. So cards, all right, help me, anybody at like the end of the last card. And what I'm doing before the door prize, I wanna remember they're over on the floor and I don't feel like going out over and getting them right now. So I'm gonna try to remember that we wanna do the card giveaway because I have some cards from past classes. Okay, so we're gonna be working on the Full of Life class. It has 5 cards. Normally, ink, paper, scissors is 4. And I squeezed out 1 more card with Diane. We managed to do 5. Just because there were so many different beautiful patterns of paper in here and we didn't want to have some not used. We made 1 more card just to use it up some more designer paper. The cards that we're going to be making look like this. You definitely do not need to have any stamps except for sentiments for these cards. So we've got a happy birthday, a thinking of you, and a love you. These are my favorites. And we're going to do them in this order, I think, because that's the order we designed them in. All right. And in the catalog, if you go to where the sweets are, and the page number is 43, here is the spread. Hi, Maria Gilbertson. Oh, Penny Powell has her kits in front of you. I got to give you a double thumbs up because that means that the shipping went really fast. And maybe I mailed them on Monday, but that's awesome. I'm so happy you have them, Penny. That's great. Now, Penny, I'm looking at you, my friend, looking you right in the eye. Are you going to make them with me tonight or are they going to go in your box, card kits from me? Because I hope you pull it out and cut your paper with me tonight. Gotta look you in the eye, girlfriend. All right, so this is called Friends for Life Bundle. The suite is called Full of Life, and it comes in the suite, the gems, which are back in stock. The iridescent ribbon is not back in stock. It will be back in around the week of July 1st. So, which is next week. Yay. And the people that get these kits going forward, I have to wait till the ribbon comes in and back in stock before I can order it. So I wouldn't be able to mail it immediately. I have to wait until mid next week to mail it. So this is the suite that we're going to be working with today. And I don't believe there's anything on the mat case. Oh, lots of vibrant colors. I wonder if we cased anything from here. I always like to, this one maybe, a little bit with the heart, but not really. I'm trying to remember if that one right here with the tag, that we kind of made the tag over here by looking at that. We thought, oh, let's do a little tag like that. So, but not really true casing out of this one. Yes, all ready to glue. Oh, good job, girlfriend. Good job. If you guys, just in case you missed it, Kelly did the paper pumpkin class last night and I had a couple go. And so I think I'm down to maybe like the May one is gone. So just so you know, the May paper pumpkin is going out the door soon. And there are just maybe 4 left for June in case you are needing the June full paper pumpkin. Reach out to me. Let me know. So this is what the stamp set looks like. The dies got used a lot in this one. Hi, Christine from Northeast Illinois. The dies are what's pretty cool here. You've got the heart, which is what we used for that one, and this one. Now, I will admit it's a little bit, for me, it didn't really cut the heart. So you guys, what I should say, this cuts it out and it's like not connected. And we'll see that when we get to the kits. There's also a leaf, which we used on the peacock card here. The friend got used like this. There's a background and then the wiry top got used. And then this guy right here is the other heart that when you die cut this, these needed to be die cut at the same time. And then what happens, I believe, we'll pull it out and we'll look at it. There's a little, you gotta use your scissors to cut it off. This little leaf is the one we used over on the bottom here. And other than that, I don't think we tried so hard, you guys. We tried to incorporate this die into the design of any one of the cards, and it just didn't happen. So we said, okay, some other time we'll use that one. There's one other stamp set that we did pull in for this class, and it's called Country Birdhouses, and it's this little splotchy set that stamps that we pulled in. So that's kind of what we're using for products. The ink pads, we pulled in our yellow, blackberry, gorgeous grape, and lost lagoon. So that's what we'll be working with. And what we do for ink, paper, scissors is we get to our cutting first. So what you're gonna wanna do is pull out the designer series paper. You guys, I did email out this tutorial on Monday morning. I think it was Monday. Or is that Sunday? We pulled it out. Pull out your kits. When you get a class from me, it has this golden ticket. So the name of the class is Full of Life. So in case you're looking through your emails, you can find the name of the class here or the date. If you are on my events calendar, you can go to that date. And you guys, I did it already. Now that I've been scheduling these, one benefit of scheduling these YouTube classes is, get this, I get the link off of YouTube before the class goes live. So when you click here and click here, I've already saved it. I've already saved the link. It says you can catch the replay on YouTube by clicking here. So by having the date, you can go to my events calendar and find the YouTube link, and it'll take you right into the video tutorial. Perfect. And if you're in your email, what you can do is look for Full of Life in case you want to find the PDF. The other thing is if you are interested in just purchasing the PDF, perfect. Look at this. If you go to shop, online classes, tutorials, it's already out here, right there. You can go ahead and add it to your store or into your cart on the in the online store. Okay, so that is all done there. So yay, I worked ahead on that. Okay, let's pull out the sheets of designer paper. If you want to mix and match anything, you absolutely can do that. Would you please send me a kit? Sarah Mitchell, absolutely. Let me just write your name here so that and so then Sarah, my next question, or anybody else that is interested, do you want me to ship it separately to you and get it out the door as soon as I have the product to go with it, like which would be next week? Or do you want me to hold it and mail it out with your July classes if you signed up for any July classes? Okay, these are your cards. I always encourage people to make them their own and use my kits as a starting point or copy them exactly, however you want. But if you're looking at the designer paper and you're like, oh man, I really like this better. Okay, go for this sheet. It's okay. You could do this pattern or you might pick a different pattern. The awesome thing about when you get the designer paper of like an assortment of it, you can pick and choose what you want. This one right here, this pattern is what we used on this last card though. So I'm gonna pull that out right away and put that here. And this one is what we used for this card. And the greeny one here is what we used for this one. And then these were my favorite. Oh man, was it this one? Oh, interesting. One moment, please. It might even be this one. I'm gonna guess it's this one. Okay, so reverse, it's this one. Okay, not that one. And this one goes to this card. And then there's one left, and it's that one, which was more in the beginning, and I forgot. It's this guy. Hold it, I will email you. Perfect. Thank you. So in that email that you want everything for July, just add the ink, paper, scissors for June to that list, and we will incorporate it in there. All right, so I've pulled out the designer series paper. Now, what's left? You guys, oh man, it was hard to design with every sheet of paper. It is generally my goal to work with every piece of paper that's in the pack so that you guys get an assortment of using the paper, but it was really hard to make so many cards with all these different patterns. And so you are going to end up with these extra sheets that you can pick and choose what you want to use to make different projects. So extra at the moment. Then what we can do is pull out our trimmer, and we'll start with this one. And that one actually is not so crazy hard. And actually there's really not a measurement per se. It's basically by the block. So it's 5 blocks over, and then it's 6 blocks down is the measurement. All right. So what we're going to do, and what's on the inside is we have 5 blocks over for the inside. Okay. Which is basically what we have here, up to 5 blocks. And so what we're going to do is put this in our cutter, and you want to make sure you have the same white margin. And so it's not cutting it in the middle. It is cutting it, and let's see if I can help out and zoom in here just a hair. So we said 5 blocks over, and my cutter is going to cut right where this track is. And so I want it just to the left of this other square. Hi, Karen, what sign? Right here. So we're going to cut it right about there. And again, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This bluish one right here is where we're going to keep it on. So we're going to cut like that. This is extra, okay? And I'm good with that. And then it's 6 down. And so we're going to flip it this way, and we're not going to measure or anything. 1, 2, we're counting. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up 6. And then we're going to go right to here and cut that. So this piece right here is what we used for the bottom. So this is our mat right here, and then this is the bottom piece. And what we're going to do is just line, it's the bottom for our inside of the card, like that. And then this is extra. And so these are what we need for this card. So I'm just going to set them on here for now. Now this one, there is a measurement. It's 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. If you're not a 16th, go down a hair, and then you'll see more white, like 5 by 3 3/4. You'll see a little bit more white. I don't think you need to see less white, but you could always go up if you wanted to. And here, let me go out just a moment. What we're trying to do is get this little rectangle all the way over to somewhere over here. And that is at 5 1/16 and then 3 13/16. So which one do you want to cut first? Well, it depends. If you cut here first, you're going to end up with a little sliver and a different section here. Or if you cut 3 13/16 here, you're going to end up with a whole section here that you could potentially glue onto your envelope if you want to glue that onto your envelope. And I like that idea. And what happens though is I actually, if you look at this and you line this up, we actually cut a little bit off the top of here. So this is where you have wiggle room. You have to make some executive decisions. If you cut it here, you have a cut that's going to be going right here. And that looked weird to me, having a white, and then this white so close to the bottom. So what we did is we tried to center those 2 white lines a little bit better. And so we did cut off about less than a quarter, 3/16. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. So less than a quarter, but more than an eighth. And you might end up with a little bit less for your envelope, but that's okay. So I'm going to go right about here and cut off a shim here. Okay. And let's see if that's really close enough. And that's close enough. That's pretty spot on to what I have. So now what I'm going to do is flip it on end like this and go 3 13/16. And again, you could have done 3 3/4. And then that would work too. So then here's my 3 3. Now this is extra. And then I'm going to flip it this way and do 5 1/16. You just want your ratio to be the same. Yes, Shelly, I'm so glad that you found me live. Yay. Okay, that's it for this one. Just this piece right here. The hardest part was knowing to maybe. Now, you might say to yourself, I don't want to give up any of this pretty purple, and you want to see more purple. That's fine. Just know that your white line is going to be down a little bit further. All right, now, you know what? this little strip could get glued on our inside piece. And I wonder if that's what we did. No, I did a different piece. But this, on our cards that we're doing tonight, we could glue that on the inside. So I'll save that little strip. All right, next guy is this one. The next three are these awesome sunbursts. And the ultimate measurement on all of these is a 3 by 5 section. So right now you're at 6 inches. And what you need to do is cut it in half at 3 inches. But you want to make sure you cut it the right way. So you want to make sure when you're holding your paper, you have the red one going this way and a yellow one going this way and a little partial green over here. You can utilize this other one to make another card. Just use different colors, right? Because there's not as much yellow in the bottom. We really liked the whole, this is our sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. So I want to cut this bottom off. So I need to cut it at 3 inches, right? So I'm going to flip it like this and cut it at 3 inches. Now, again, you can utilize this to make another awesome sunray card, or you could use the back side with the tie-dye. All right, so now what happens though? It's too long for our card. So what we need to do is we need to cut off a little from each side. And my notes tell me what I need to cut off. And you guys got your PDF tutorial. It says cut 5/8 inch off of each side. Okay, so 5/8 inch. And so I'm gonna go in here, don't be afraid. Just go to your 1/2 inch and then do another 1/8 off after that. So 5/8. And then you have to flip it over and do 5/8 again. If you do a 1/2 inch, you're gonna have it be too little. So you're taking off 5/8 inch off of each end. And what happens then is that's what's gonna fit so nicely on that white mat, right? It centers it nicely. So that's that mat. Now, it's gonna be the same for the rest. Woo! Okay, I felt that one coming from a little bit of like a mile away. All right, this one is similar. These next two are also like just like that one. The measurements are the same. It's finding the right pieces. So when you have your blue 42 on the left, and your greensies on the right here, like the nice shaded spruce garden green going on, all right? The more yellowy greens are gonna get cut off. Hi, Susan Bellamy. So we want this section right here, all right? So what we're gonna do is cut it at 3 inches, like this. All right, so this you can make another card with. I would just stick to more like granny apple green, maybe pool parties, just different color combination. All right, so now you have this, which is great, except for it's too long, right? Let's see what we did. Now this one, me and Diane, we personally wanted more of the peacock colors here and less of the balmy blue look. Hi. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Angelique. We wanted less of the blue. So to keep this one really simple, instead of cutting off of each side, we just needed it to be 4 3/4 inch tall, I guess you could say. And so we're cutting off this bottom section and we needed it 4 3/4. All right, Connie, had to take a phone call. We'll catch the replay for the first 2 cards. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to cut your paper wrong, you guys. So 4 3/4. So we're cutting off the blue. Now, again, these are your cards. If you want to switch up anything and change it, you can. So this is what we have going on for this one. Perfect. All right, we have one more, very similar, and it's the Purplicious Expialidocious card. And same setup with the 3 inches. So let's find our section here. All right, Barbara, I'm glad you're back. Hi, Brenda Lovelace from Cedar Falls. You're back in Iowa, Brenda. Wow, okay. I was gonna give you a call today and catch up with you. You're on my radar. All right, this one, because the blackberry, all of this is blackberry-esque, it's quite all right to like center this one. But if you're of the mindset of you want, hang on, yeah, because I have that down. If you want less of this pinky color, you could do it. and that would work. So you have to make a decision. But for right now, I know I need this part cut off. So we're gonna go to the 3-inch mark here and cut this off, save this, and make it with a blue card. All right, now decide what you want, what you really, really want. If you do this, just know that this middle section is down here and your heart will have to be down. And we don't want a low heart, right? So we wanted this one to be kept centered. So this is one. Oh, thanks, Donna. I'm so glad that you like them, that they're bright and cheerful. This is another one. We're gonna do 5/8 off of each end to keep it centered. You gotta keep them separated. Nope, just kidding, centered. All right, so 5/8. So 5/8 off of one side, and then 5/8 off the other side. Okay, and then that, I believe, is what we have. Yep, perfecto. So the heart covers up that area right there. And now that's the last cut that we have to do. So fun, so fun, so fun. And I think then what we can do is put our trimmer away, and we can take our pieces of cardstock here. I'm gonna put them back in the bag for now. And we're gonna open up these cards and put our innards in, so that they're nice and figured out for us. So this is the blackberry one. So that would go, this piece would go with that. And we'll set this card here. And then our lagoon base, and that's this card. Our yellow one is the rainbow paper. Or I'm sorry, the sunset paper. All right, so that's this one. And then we have a friend with these two. And that is what we have here. And then this guy is what we're gonna start with. Whew, Sharon, you said it. I'm glad all the paper is cut. Definitely second that statement. All right, on that note, I'm gonna take a drink of water and not spill it all over my shirt like I just did before. And what we're doing on this one, is a little bit of work on this. We are gonna stamp happy birthday. And in the stamp set, there's best wishes. That could get stamped on the inside. This best wishes. And I didn't pull it out, but if you have the stamp set and you like to keep it in the family, you could stamp your best wishes on the inside. And we'll look to see what we have for our inside. Now for this one, you have an embossed base. So Rhonda Ayers has already embossed this for you. You look at it, it's the Cane Weave embossing folder. And when she put it in the machine, she just goes up to the score line and embosses it. Super cool. All right. And what you can do is burnish this. And you guys, it wasn't that good. You know, that's what Diane said the other night on Tuesday, that the girls did a really good job cutting. Hi, Marcia Long. I had a bunch of helpers. Karen Wetstein helped me with the labels, and Tammy and her mom helped with any cutting and punching. So it was definitely a lot of fun for the helpers, I think, getting these bright, cheerful papers ready for you guys. Now for this one, it's a little bit special with this leaf. Again, it's a die cut, and I've got a little bit of texture going on. And how do you get that texture is the question. So what you're gonna wanna do is, I would grab a piercing mat if you have one. I don't have one in my reach, so I'm just gonna grab my silicone mat. And you wanna have a stylus, which you have one on your scoring tool, or for those that have the pick tool, there is a end here that you can swap out and put your stylus on. But I like to use the big end of a stylus, and we're gonna zoom in here just to see if you guys can see this. So you gotta have a soft area in the back, but what you do is you just run the stylus over the leaf. It's a great way to add texture to die cut or punched pieces and character. I love doing this with leaves a lot. I've been doing this for many years. Otherwise the die looks boring. And yes, you guys, if you have the stamp set, it is a photopolymer stamp. You could stamp this leaf to give it some extra character, but I'm curious. I'm gonna guess maybe you don't have the stamp set, or a bunch don't have it. Whoa, they found a squirrel or a chipmunk outside. But this adds a little bit of texture to it without having to have extra resources, I guess. It's just a stylus with a roller end. All right, so that's how I did that. That's good. Very good, very good. And a silicone mat. And this tag right here, you could get your ruler out and measure it, or you could eyeball it. Whatever you want. It's like just notching off the corners to make it look like a tag. It's not anything scientific. If you want it to be exact, you could get your ruler out and measure it. I believe in the PDF tutorial, and it is noted where it's at for the measurements of how far in and how far over. And if you want to, you can look that up and get your pencil out and make it exact. But I don't mind doing something like this and eyeballing it and working with it. Work with it, work with it. All right, so at the time that we designed, we could not find, hi Karen, I could not find a tag die. There was one in a catalog, Marius Trees, and we couldn't find my Marius Trees, and so we just made our own tag. And so I like to take a pencil though, because this one I have a hard time with. If I have a little 1/8 inch hole punch. And as long as I have a pencil mark, I can easily see where I want to punch it, where otherwise I'm guessing more. I don't like to guess so much on this. So if you don't have an 1/8 inch hole punch, you could use your awl pokey tool, like something that's really sharp on a piercing mat, and like poke down and get a hole. Hopefully you guys, I did not do all these for you. It is a punch, an 1/8 inch hole punch. You could do a rectangular punch. Also, if you have the Something Fancy dies, oh man, where will I find them? Hang on one moment, please. Something Fancy dies, 79. These dies have this little thing. There's a little die right there that cuts out a little hole that you can run ribbon through. So you could always use those. Hi, Sandy Coy Emery. Sandy, I left you a message this morning. Hopefully you listened to it. Unlike me, who doesn't listen to their messages. I hope that other people are better than me with messages. But I left you a voicemail. Sandy's question, and you know what? I'm going to answer it for everybody, and I'll answer it now, Sandy, just in case you didn't get it. So Sandy's question was with regards to the Technique Club class, and it was a two-part question. The first part of it was, can she put in her order for next month on July 3rd and take advantage of the bonus day coupons? And it's like, yep, definitely. You guys, if you normally would put your order in, I'm just going to cut maybe about 7 inches of ribbon. If you normally put your order right in at July 1st and you want to wait till July 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th, I'm folding it in half and just pushing the folded down. You can definitely, Sandy, put your order in on the 3rd. Take advantage of those bonus day coupons, you guys. So this comes forward, you know, from top to bottom, and then what you do is you bring that forward and put the tails through the loop. Now you can't just pull this. It doesn't work that way. You have to finagle it. So pull up and then through. Pull up. So it's a little bit of wiggling. All right, so yes, you can wait until July 3rd and put your order in for the Technique Club class with Rose. And Rose's Technique class features Flowers of Beauty. It's phenomenal. She's using the pearlized enamel effects, which is super cool. All right, so we just made a little tag like that. Okay. The other part of her question was, how am I going to be handling the Technique Club class rewards going forward? All right, so it's not a rumor, it's happening. At some point, Stampin' Up! Is going to be changing the rewards program that we have. Currently, when you have over $150 quote-unquote workshop or order, you get host rewards, and it's 10% of your order you get back in the form of rewards. Now, a lot of people who use my host code, and take advantage of getting free classes from me, you're not getting host rewards because you're giving up your host rewards to get a free class from me. And with the host rewards going away, that's going to change the structure going forward. I don't have any final answers on what it's going to look like, but for the Technique Club class, I talked to Rose Coleman about it because I do this class with her, and we have decided that we're still going to honor a half off item once somebody does 10 consecutive months in a row, because right now that's what we do. It's if you do 10 consecutive months of a $50 order, you get a half off item and you get $75 in host rewards. So what's going to happen is now you're going to get your host rewards directly from Stampin' Up. You're not going to get them from me or Rose, which is okay. It's less for us to manage and track. And I think that was straight on there, yes. And so what will happen is you'll get your host rewards on a monthly basis, and you can cash them in however you like to, as often as you want to. You have to do it within a year, though. So that 10% you're going to be getting from Stampin' Up versus getting it from Rose or myself, but we will still honor a half off item if you do 10 months in a row. So how that will look, is the order amount going to change or not? Is it like, currently her order amount is a little different than my order amount because she's in Canada, but is it going to be 50? Is it going to be 60? Is it going to be 55? I guess it just depends on when we get that far where we're at. So all the prices did go up. I shouldn't say all. A lot of the Stampin' Up! Prices went up in May, and I don't generally change my prices of classes in the middle of the year. I generally wait to see where I'm at the end of the year, because I've already created all my documentation and everything, it's too much work to go update it. So I don't have a glue. Hang on, I gotta go get a glue off the table. One moment, please. All right, I'm back. So, yes, so hopefully, Sandy, that answers your question about the host rewards program that we're doing with moving forward with the Technique Club class. So, and this, just pick which side you want out. This kind of fits right in the bottom area here, right along the bottom, like that. And that can go on the inside. Oh, wait, one moment. I'm like, wow, that's really small. So whenever Diane and I do ink, paper, scissors classes, we double mat on the inside because it looks nicer. All right, so Gwen Simmons, thumbs up. Oh yes, good idea. So I saw Kathy say, thanks for the reminder. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Thumbs up, you guys. And if you're wondering, whoa, hang on, I gotta get this straight. There we go. If you're wondering how the thumbs up works, when you're back out here, you can do a thumbs up like that. Of course, I called the minute you stepped away from the phone. Isn't that how it works, you guys? All right. So this will go on the inside, and we can glue that. You guys are probably wondering, wow, she didn't get glue happy yet. All right, so there's our inside. Lost Lagoon and Peacock are like how Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen used to be for me. They like went together like a horse and carriage. Okay, pick what you want, Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock, and you're gonna find Happy Birthday. And I'm going to test this real quick. My ink pad looks, oh, it seems like it should be okay. So we're gonna stamp Happy Birthday. So this die set, or it's actually a punch, is available as a die set. So punch or die. And we got Happy Birthday here. And what we're gonna do is pop that up with dimensionals. 2 scoops. So the leaf is partly tucked behind the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm gonna catch that, something about like that. And then it covered up that one dimensional. So what I'm gonna do is grab another glue dot, or a glue dot, and put it right over the top of that to help that stick. And now I like, I like this to be straight. So I'm gonna try to put this on here straight, even though my tag is crooked. I'm gonna try to get my, because I like things, words straight, I guess. So we're gonna put that like so. And we can trim our tails of our ribbon however you see fit, but I like to do them at an angle. Do this one more time because I just cut off the corner of it like that. All right, so we've got our little tag trimmed. And then what's next are the gems. These, so in your kit, everybody got a roll of the ribbon and you got a pack of the gems. And the gems are the iridescent faceted gems, 2 sizes, and you've got a whole pack of them. So you don't have to just put 3, you could put 10 if you wanted. And I'm gonna put a big one and a small one down there, and then I'm gonna go for the big one right there. So they bring out the whites of your eyes. No, I'm just kidding. They match the background paper really nice. The prism-y look is what is back here. So that matches nice. And then what you could do is Stella the tag like that. So back to the whole host rewards thing. We have no idea when it's getting changed. It could be the end of this year. It could be before the end of this year. It could be early next year. I know that they have told us that it's going to be done before the end of the next quarter. Because in my head, I felt like, oh, it could be like February or March before they do it. I'm pretty sure they want to have it done before the transition, before the new catalog, the new annual catalog launches. That's what I understand. So there we go. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So we got that one done. And that was our last card. This was your bonus card, actually, you guys. This was the last one that we thought, we got to do one more card. How can we make one more card? And that's the card we ended up doing. So that was a bonus. This was one that we didn't really have in our radar to do at the beginning, but then it ended up being one that we did later. So let's just do that. All right. So next is the friend. Friend, you called. Is it me you're looking for? So let's grab this one and pull out all of our piece. You guys, you see, I get in the habit. I always look in the envelope to make sure I didn't miss something in there. Thanks, Cindy. All right. So we have here Fresh Freesia meets Blackberry Bliss. Now, those two together, they are a perfect combination as well. I love Freesia with Blackberry. So our base is Freesia. And, oh, wait, this is the wrong one. Hang on, I mixed and matched these wrong. So this kit is actually not this card. So one moment, I put my kits in wrong, and you'll have that on those bigger jobs. This goes with this one. And so let's just set this over here and we'll open up. We need the card kit that is the Blackberry Bliss base, okay? So minor hiccup there. We can, you guys, my Blackberry, do you ever feel that cardstock? That cardstock is so thick. All right, so let's burnish this one. And horizontal. So the piece that has the friend cut out of, I would use that as your top mat here. And then this is what's going to cover it up, like that. And then you have a piece of vellum, and yes, it is retired. You guys are going to hear me use this, or you're going to hear me say that I don't mind using retired vellum. Vellum has been in my life since the year 1999, and it's not going away. This little heart is die cut out with the heart embossing folder, and you can see here that my gals have already trimmed off the end. So there's a little bit of a notch there. That's because it doesn't cut it off completely. You're gonna need, if you don't like it the way it is, you can take your scissors and just help it out if you need to. And that little heart goes like that. And then we have a friend. And then you have this friend. Now this friend, Anna cut this out for you guys. And I told her it was not a requirement to save the little tittle. We've talked about this. The little tittle is what that is called. And we can use a gem, or we can take a marker. We could use enamel effects. We can use anything. But I was not about to make Anna cry when I told her that we needed to save 196 of those little dots. And you guys, the gals helping me kit would have not come back the next day. if I would have told them that we had to save all those little dots and put them in your kits. Okay, so you guys don't have that little bit. Now, if you have these dies at home and you want to cut your little tittle out from the Petunia Pop paper, you could definitely do that. And that's what this color is. It's Petunia Pop. And what we have here is this little strip, which might look super awesome right along the bottom here. So we're going to use that. There's no stamping on this card, you guys. I kind of like, yep, there's no stamping. That's how it goes. We have the friend on the outside. Now, hopefully you guys have a friend that you could send this card to. It could be a birthday card. It could be a graduation card if your friend is graduating from school, or you could have a new job card. Your friend is getting a new job. Your friend is retiring. Your friend needs to be thanked for something that they helped you with. So lots of different things that you could use to give your friend a card. And it says friend on the outside. So I'm sell-a-ing that before I go ahead and glue that onto this one. So let's see what we can get glue happy with. All right, not that, but we could do these two pieces here. So we're gonna do this one and this one, and then we'll do friend right after. So this is the back side and the back side. And put that, and I dry fit it first. You guys, Chris said to dry fit stuff. She's been helping me cut on my big cutter. So she's asking you guys to always put your pieces together and dry fit them before you put glue all over them. So that's the front of the card. Should have checked it. Yep, I did it right. Okay. And then now we're going to put, okay, this is perfect if you have those little sticker sheets that they sell. But if you don't, all I'm going to do is a little bit of glue. Strategically, not all over the place. Okay, so now that I got that on, and this is hard. Oh, 7 o'clock. Okay, I would start in one area here, set it down, and then just gingerly set it down onto the other, the white one. And hopefully you can line it right up. Perfect. All right, then you can grab your tear and tape. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a few pieces just in case. And I think what we'll do is one section goes like that, one goes like that. We'll put one going, oh, that was the wrong side, so let's do this side too. All right, lots of tear and tape on the back here. And you can cut your ribbon ahead of time. I'm sure we have on the PDF tutorial how much ribbon to cut, or you can just wing it like I'm gonna do and grab it right from the roll and see what happens, because then you're not gonna waste any. And we have this one tail coming out the middle over here, and I have that edge lined up right through the middle, the left edge through the middle, and I did not cut it and piece it. I'm gonna just do one solid piece this whole way. And then this comes across the right-hand side. I actually am going to twist it in the back so that my Humpty Hump works better. Like this. Like the ribbon had a fold to it. So we're going to go like that. So we got a little hump here. And I'm going to bring it back across the middle and make a little Humpty Hump that way. And then I'm going to bring it back and slant it out over here, and I'll cut it just a little bit longer than I want because I'm going to trim my tails. But now I've got this set up with, it was a tail, a loop, and a tail. It kind of looks like a bow, but it's not a bow really. And what we can do is put this across the back there, and I'm going to put this one across the back here. Okay, so now that's not going anywhere. That's it flies really well. So my goal is for that ribbon to not come apart later in life. And then I'm going to prep the backs of this stuff with some dimensionals. And we'll put some up on the heart Humpty Humps. We'll put one right there. That should be good. And then it keeps wanting to go everywhere. Then I'm going to grab some small dimensionals. They will actually work really nicely in the friend. So find some strategic spots that are bigger, like Tigger. Put them there. Now that's not good enough for me though. I want a little bit more help and support. Like a bra, you need some underwire support maybe? I don't know. I kind of went away from them, but what we're gonna do is cut little strips here like this. And I'm gonna just cut this in half, and we're gonna use that for the D, and then a little bit on the F over there. And I think I'm gonna do one more little small section, and it will go in this area right here, like that. Okay, you can pick these off. You liked my underwire bra comment, didn't you? Oh, Angelique's laughing. Love it. All right. There's that. Then, oh, and I'll be honest with you. I actually have my friend flat. I have a flat friend. I have a flat friend. But so I popped it up. And that's okay. It just goes to show you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to put the friend on here. I would normally go to the card and do it, but I'm just going to put that like that. I think it'll work out just fine. And then we can take these off. And I'm going to put this right in the middle area of my vellum. So let's put our vellum where we think it needs to go. So something like that. And set that. And now by figuring that out, now I know where I can put either liquid glue or tear-in tape, because it's vellum, you can see through it. So if you put your tear-in tape over around those other edges, you're gonna see that come through. So I'm gonna go like this and like that, and like a little bit through the middle. And then that is gonna be ready to secure. Now you could have just assumed where the tear-in tape needed to go, and that could have worked too. But we're gonna set this right in the middle, like that. And that is kind of like hanging a little bit too loose for me. So what I think I'm gonna do is put another dimensional right on the edge there to help secure that a little bit more. And I think that actually is good. It looks nice and centered for me. I'm going to trim this tail a hair, and I'm going to trim that tail a hair, like that. Perfect. And then for our gemsies, I've got a big and a small, like that. Let's make sure we get a little one on our eye to dot our eye, like that. Could use a big one over here, and a big one there. There. It's a lot, but that's okay, I like it. All right, so I've got a few going on the sides, and then two in the middle, and now it is even, but I look at like, it looks okay because this is part of the word friend. So I know like a floral arranger would say, nope, not good. All right, but Jeannie likes it. Yay, Kathy loves it. So does Cheryl. Good. Kept it simple for you guys. We haven't even stamped anything on this card, and I don't plan to. So what I'm gonna do, this is such a little strip here. So I'm gonna just take my liquid glue along the bottom edge here, really thin, really lightly, and go like that. Then I don't risk getting glue everywhere that I don't want it. And now I can set this down where I want this. And I think I like the lighter color. So we're gonna grab that section and go like that. Okay. And then you don't have glue all over this little edge that was hanging over. You can take your scissors and trim it. And I've got a little bit of color, so that's good. Oh, I keep forgetting that my cover's off. So there's 1 and 2. And then we've got petunia with blackberry. And that is a nice little color combination as well. Like that. Perfecto changeo. All right. So we already Stella'd the friend, the top one, but you could always come back here and Stella your heart. Get a little extra bling going on there, or a little glitterify it. Put a little Stella bomb it. Gorgeous purplicious card. Yes. Love it. And this black, you guys, my Blackberry Bliss, it's like, this is a card that is very stiff. So it's very heavy. It's good. All right. Venice. Life is good. All right. We're going to do this one next. And I need this to go back in here. So let's button this up. And that goes over here. Good deal. All right, if we're doing sunrise, sunset, we're going to do that one next. So pull out those bits and parts. And the card looks like this. All right, let's see what we have for you. So we already punched out some circles. So you have the white circle, which got punched out of your mat. Like this. All right, like that. And that gets matted onto a melon mambo. Okay. And you have a melon mambo and a white mat for your inside. And the yellow got cut. Now, one of these is, I believe, the 2-inch punch. I lost my little ruler that used to be here. But I have this guy here. I'm trying to remember what they were. This was a 2-inch and a 2 1/4-inch punch. So that's what we got using for our punches. Now, I just did a dry fit. I did a dry run on this. And I feel like I would like to see a little bit more white. So when the white mat got cut, it could have gotten tapered and a little bit smaller than what we maybe intended it for, which is okay. So what I'm going to do is just grab my little trimmer and I'm going to just trim a hair off of my bottom. Trim my hair off the bottom. Like, to me, this is actually 2 hairs. I'm gonna trim that off because now when I try it and test it out, I've got just a little bit more white. But now I've got to do the sides. And how I'm gonna do the sides, I think I'm gonna do a moment in time off of each one here. So a moment, or a little smidgen there, and a little smidgen here. You hear that? That's those are little hairs. All right, let's just test it out really quick. I do have extras. Yay! How did I miss this class preview? These are awesome. I was late and I didn't hear. Shelly Cooper, yes. Definitely, I have kits left. So that to me is good. I can handle that like whiteness there. So, Shelly, I've got you on my list. Please send me an email though too. And again, I have them. You're not at risk of me selling out. And if I don't email you back in the next 24 to 48 hours, just know that it's okay. I can't mail anything. I'm not planning to mail anything out till next week anyway. So there's no rush really. So you guys just, I am a little behind on the emails. So don't worry if I don't get back to you, but just send me the note so I have it in my inbox. That's all I ask. So, or you can email it. Now, Melon Mambo. Mambo number 5. Let me just see here where my Melon Mambo pad went. It's not in my caddy there. Let me just see. I have an older school Melon Mambo. And we'll grab that. And this is the Thinking of You. All right, Lynn Beasley, sounds good. So Lynn Beasley, yay. We say better late than never, Lynn. All right. So Melon Mambo, number 5, goes right there. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Then I don't think I stamped. Okay, we just got some designer paper on the inside. Now, there is one other thing that is stamped on here. It is what we call these little splotchies. The splotchies that come from the Country Bird House. And so what we're going to do is stamp off. So sunrise, sunset, stamp on, stamp off. And I have a hard time with negative space, if you guys know that about me. So I like to add little bits of texture behind to make it so that it looks filled in a little. And you could also splatter your Stella pen with some ink and accomplish that same effect. All right, next, you can get a little bit glue happy. So we didn't cut an inside little strip though, like I have here. And I can't have a naked, and once I get gluing, I want to be able to glue this on the inside too. So this is not quite the right. Oh, right here. What do we have here? Those are the pieces that go. How could we incorporate them on there? No. I guess maybe that's not the worst. This is more pink down here. So let's grab the trimmer quick, and we're going to use a little sliver of this along the bottom of our card inside. All right, now I think we're ready. Hi, Donna. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, Brenda Loveless. Fabulous. Yay, I have your name on my list as well. But again, send me a note. All right, that gets glued. And this will get glued. And we're gonna glue this. So, first things first, white. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here on the bottom. I'm just gonna run a little line of it like that. And we're gonna glue the top of that. All right, so circle on circle. Good. Designer paper, I like that pink. We're gonna put this over here. With glue, you can wiggle it till you get it exactly where you want it, which is what I love about liquid glue. Perfect. This one goes on the top of that. Hi, Tina Sheriff. I'm so happy you made it. Tina, your stamp in front of the sun went postal today. It is at the United States Postal Service located in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and it might already be out the door on the next vehicle out to probably Milwaukee. So it's on the way to you. All right, so this is going to get glued. So that's all we can do for the moment. Let's glue this one. And, you know, it can get glued onto our mat here. So these are our innards. And this can get put in here. You guys, if you missed it yesterday, around 3:40, I went live and we went over everything that is on the docket for classes in July, plus we had one for August that we showed off. We talked about the used stamp sale. We talked about a lot of things. So if you guys missed that, I encourage you to, at some point over the next few days, catch it. Send me an email or a text with a list of classes that you would like to take all in one email, which would be amazing. And then I can tell you what we can ship everything together if we wait till the last class is kitted, which is what we'll probably do as long as you're good with it. All right, this is what we gotta do. We gotta put some dimensionals on the back of this. Yay, Tina's excited. We're gonna put 6 on here, and this is my trick where we don't necessarily know where the ribbon's gonna go. So we prep the back with dimensionals, and we're only gonna take off the top 2 rows and leave the bottom row on. And now what you can do is center this on your pink piece, your Melon Mambo piece. Okay, so now we know where that's set, and we've got this that we can still squish our ribbon down there. So you're gonna cut about 6 inches of ribbon and take off those. Ha! Oh, you guys, I put the dimensional, or I put the tear and tape on the wrong piece. That's okay. No worries. We'll get some more tear and tape, and it's not the end of the world. So we're just going to rip off 2 more pieces of tear and tape. Like that. And now, I like to look at the front of my projects before versus the back. Because if I'm looking at the back, I don't know if it's straight in the front. So my general thing here is, oh, thanks for watching it and sharing it, Sandy. I appreciate that. I did post in the VIP group the link for the actual post where you can comment. So this is now, I'm looking at it from the front, and I can eyeball how much ribbon I want to show or not be seen. So I'm going to have it right in the middle. There's three, so there's two outers, and then there's three middle lines of that holographic glimmer. And I'm having it so you can just barely see the middle one. And I know that tear and tape's sitting back there, and now I've got this resting on my hand. I can easily take that off, or take them off my hand and put them right onto here. So I call that the tear and tape sandwich. And then we can put a little bit of liquid glue everywhere else, like that. Get that right on the card front. Awesome. Okay, now don't forget though, you haven't taken these dimensional backs off. So you want to just gently lift this up and pick those off, and they will help stick that mat down. And then you have your circle. What did we do? Did I pop that? I did pop it up. Pop it up, pop it up. All right, pop it up, do it flat, however you want. But I do know that I'm just gonna put 3 like this here, and I am going to put 2 of them here. 1, and then 1 on top of it. Because the white is popped up already, and so by doing 2 high, then at least the bottom has the extra support that it needs. And I know generally you guys would probably think we'll put the dimensionals on the back. Well, I about know that that's where they're gonna go, and then I don't risk going over the edge of glory. And let's just get centered right in the middle of the card. Right, so now it should be even because this white has a dimensional, now that has a dimensional, and now it's even. Otherwise it would be a little bit slightly crooked, potentially. All right, so what could you Stella, Ella, Ella? You could Stella the edge of your yellow. When your Stella needs to be rehydrated, you just squeeze her sides here where it says push and push. And you can go around the edge of that. Oh, because it's designer series paper, you could also Stella all your rays from your sunset or your sunrise. Perfect. There it is. All right. Ha ha ha. Halfway. No, we're not done. Gemsies. Okay. I only used 3. I feel like, yes, you have a whole lot of extra space on here. Yes, you could put more, but I just didn't want to put them in the sun ray section. I really didn't. I really just wanted that to be nice and clean. But if you want to see your gems on your sun rays, you can do that. You absolutely can. And so we found a little way to add some ribbon on here to bring it all together. So it's like, to me, it's a simpler card, but yet when you have these beautiful sun rays going out, it kind of just makes it like, it makes me feel like I need to be sitting on a beach somewhere. Some beach somewhere, right? All right. Good, good. All right. So those are our warm-up cards. That is going to lead us into the next 2, which you're not supposed to have favorites, but I can have favorites, I think. I think that these 2, this one is that one. Okay, so that needs to go here. These last 2, I would have to say, are my favorites. I like these other ones, but I definitely like the vertical of this. I love that concept. We had a lot of fun doing them. All right, so we have our green one. We're gonna do the green one first. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, and I didn't cut designer paper for the side, and that's okay. We can, yeah, the colors really pop. Definitely agree. They do. All right, so nothing there. So we'll put this over here. Pull out all of our bits and parts. We'll bone fold this one. Now the concept is generally the same with this. We have a piece of designer paper that should mat onto your white. Dry fit it. See if you're happy with it. If you're happy and you know it, Your face will surely show it. This is where your leaf got cut out of. So we definitely cut the leaf out, and then we embossed it with the Painted Textures embossing folder. And you will never know that it's like that because this goes right over the top of it. And then we have your little strip here for your sentiment. You have a little leafy that got cut out, and you have 2 pieces for your inside. Now, before I keep going, I want to see if I have a piece that I could use. Could I make that work? I think I could make that work. Or there's this one. No, I wanted to see about putting oh, this could go on my envelope. Oh, wouldn't that be so cool? Okay, right? You could put this on your envelope flap. And it would get trimmed off right about there, so you'd lose a little bit, or you could have it right there, like that, and you'd trim off a little bit, so it would go like that. That would be super cool on your envelope, you guys, if you want to do that. I just noticed that. I wonder here about this. I might just use this so that I don't have to cut into another piece of paper. I'm frugal like that. So, all right, let's see here. Let's grab a little trimmer here and cut. If you guys don't know it and you have this trimmer, where there's a lip here, where that catches, that is a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna just use a 1/2 inch and see if I can make this work. I was thinking about just putting this right in the bottom, like that, and centering it, just to add a little bit of color on the inside. All right, so let's do that. Very good, very good. Okay, let's get glue happy. All right. Oh, that is, you guys, did you notice this? That's where we cut that label from that first card, got cut out of this mat, right? We were very strategic about stuff. There's that and that. All right, so let's do our white onto our peacock. And then this little guy, just gonna center it at the bottom. Doesn't have to go end to end. It really doesn't. It's a way to use up a little scrapperoni. All right, then we have this going onto our white piece. Like that. All right, so this is gonna get glue. This is gonna get dimensionalized. So let's get our 6 on there again. And honestly, I'm getting to the point where I have not that scissors, but this one. A lot of side action here. Let's use it up. Otherwise it sits there and hangs out. And it's better on the card. All right, so there's what we have for that. And then this will just go right onto this mat. Make sure you keep your leaf on the left-hand side. Did they come out with the trimmer again? Yeah, no, not this little baby trimmer. Brenda, this was, if you're talking about this little trimmer, no, this is what I got. Demonstrators could buy this when they had it during sale-a-bration special for sign up. And I love that little trimmer for little pieces like that. All right, so this just gets popped up on here. And now what we can do is put liquid glue on both of these. Like that. This one. Now you might not like what I did with that piece of blue on the bottom, but now you can see what it looks like. And you might be like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. But now you saw what it looks like and you'll know not to do it. Or you might be like, oh, I have little baby scraps like that. I love that idea. Let me do cards like that and put my little scraps on like that. So there you go. You could go one way with it or you could go the other way. Just go one way or the other. All right, we need peacock back here. And I used the Thinking of You with a different melon mambo. So Penny Paul, are you still watching? Are you hearing all my coins I'm collecting? I'm letting it run just for you. All right, so you guys, if you ever get a cat fur in your kit, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can, right there. If you ever get a fat cat fur, the ladies here say that that is no extra charge for the cat fur. That's free on us. Sometimes the cat furs migrate into your card kits, and so hopefully you don't have any problems with it. I'm just working to see if this thinking of you will work. Oh yeah, I like it. Mikey likes it. Okay. All right, we need the tear and tape again. And I threw the dimensionals on the floor. Oh yeah. Got them. All right, let's see what we got. We got to get a little ribbon on here. So grab, let's say grab 2 pieces like that and 2 more pieces. And I know you're thinking, wow, 4 pieces? Yes, 4 pieces. And we're going to put one down that side and one down along the bottom corner to start with. And our ribbon is a loop and a tail. So I'm going to grab my end here, and it's about a little under halfway. We're going to catch that tail with that tear and tape, and you're going to make a loop and bring it back, y'all, just like so. That is going to come right out that corner like that. If you want to cut it longer than what you need, that's okay, because you can trim it later then. All right, and then flip it over and secure it with more. Now, I apparently didn't need any tear and tape on the bottom there. And that's okay. I should have known. There's no tear and tape. I think I probably meant to put tear and tape along the top, and I completely missed that part of the boat. So it's okay. We're going to peel this off. We're going to leave that on. No, we're going to peel it off. We're going to adhere this. Okay. We're going to adhere this on next, but I'm going to just do a little Stella action. I'll create my own bigger Tigger from them. I love it. Everybody wants a bigger Tigger. Just gluing. Oh. I love it. All right, so we're just going to Stella this. Little tree, the little leafy branch here. All right, got that. Oh, did you guys just see what I tried to do? I was not looking at all. Apparently, I was not looking. I grabbed the wrong thing. That'll happen on those bigger jobs. All right, now our leaf. What you're going to do is you have that tear and tape pulled off. And I think I did really mean to have tear and tape along the top. And it's okay. What we're going to do is this. And your leaf. Let's see how we want to do it. Say something like that. And this could be right about here. And I think, oh, here's an idea. So because I have my own sample right here, I can always put this right over the top of it and do that. And then it must be that a little bit of the tail can get trimmed off. So it's tucked a little bit more. And something like that is perfect. And so we caught that tear and tape with the leaf. And now what we can do is pop this up like that. And I might even put one more right there just for good measure. And it'd be a little higher over there, but it'll be okay. And this is down. So this is a little bit south of the border. And there's a part that hangs over here. And I'll be honest, you might consider doing that double stuff over here so that it has the extra support on that right-hand side. Right about there. Nice, very nice. Okay, grab that ribbon scissors, trim that tail, add your gems, like that. Got a big and a small over there. Put a big one over on the little label, and another little label, or little guy right there. That's what I ended up with for this guy. All right, fun, fun, fun. I don't know, I just love it. So Hi, Elaine Rebeck, joining late. Better late than never. So, and then we've got our inside with a little bit of strip of designer paper to use up a little baby scrap. So good. It's simple, but yet elegant to me. All right. And now I do like this one a lot, but I think because my favorite color is purple, I'm going to like this next one is even more. More my favorite. All right. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to just leave it sit there so you guys can look at it for one moment longer. Now, this next one is pretty much the same, right? We already cut the designer paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to dry fit that with the white piece. See how that fits. I noticed here that I have some sort of something on my kit here. So I can either take my ink eraser or I can flip it upside down. But I'm gonna take my ink eraser and just get that off of there. So that's off. All right, so we have here, we're gonna dry fit that. Looks good to me. All right, then let's get the card here. I'll swap these out. And you have, all right, so this is where the little nubbins of the tail here, right? They need to get trimmed. So what I like to do is I'm just gonna follow the edging of the heart and follow it while I cut it off. And same thing here. I just want it to be nice and smooth and flush. You might have to do the same thing. And this heart fits in here a certain way. It does not fit this way. It definitely fits that way. And before we get started, we'll go ahead and grab out that Stella pen. Save the best for last. You know it. Well, it's my favorite. So I would have to say, if you love purple and you love hearts, this might also be your favorite one. So you can Stella to your heart's content on your heart. All right. If I only had a heart. All right. You could, if you wanted, also Stella this heart. No problem. I'm trying to get my Stella, we just started it, so it's not coming out as much as I wanted it to. I gotta keep working those buttons, but little bit by little bit. Now, here's another trick. I haven't done this on a card lately, but it is a little tip for you guys. If you want your label to have Stella on it, you can't Stella after you stamp because it'll smear the stamp. But what you can do is Stella before you stamp your sentiment. And so that whole background is Stellaed. Very cool. Let it dry for a moment. Oop, I just did it again. Let it dry for a moment, because if you go stamp it now while it's wet, it'll just bleed on you, and you don't really want that. But look at this. I have here these little scraps, which kind of match this card. But I have this one. We could put that on the inside, I think. Yes, we could. So let's cut that really quick. We're just going to do a little 1/2-inch strip for our inside white mat. All right, so what can we glue? We can glue, okay. Now this one right here, you're going to want to save this mat for the top. So that you're going to want to the heart needs to get covered up. So just check that really quick. That seems like it'll fit. And this will go right over the top of it and cover it up. I'm a purple fan. Go Team Purple! Yay, Donna. All right, so we're gonna glue. Okay, let's see here. And then our little strip here is gonna go along that side and our heart. Okay, so first things first, let's do the top of this. Okay, like that. Like this. And put this strip down. I think I want the darker on there like that. Okay, then our designer paper can go on here. So by gluing the top of the mat, when you have a hole like that, when we cut out our pieces like this, to do the top is better than gluing the back of your designer paper, because you'll just get glue in the hole here. Fire in the hole. All right. Snip that off, And this will get liquid glue, but this is gonna get dimensionalized. So we're gonna pop this up. And let's keep working around the edge here. Boom. Okay. And then this will go, now it's okay that we've got the dimensionals through the middle because that's not gonna be a hot mess of liquid glue. And you wanna make sure when you glue this, that this white piece is on this side, right? So we're gonna flip it like this and just set this on like that. Don't push down too hard because you do have some dimensionals in the middle. Now, we did cut out these hearts from here, so it helped with the weight of the card. It keeps the weight down by doing that, and it helps save paper. Okay, so we can do glue, glue, and glue. All right, that's the base. I've already scored it from way back in the beginning. Oh, Shelly has a few friends that will love the card. Wonderful. All right, you don't need to put glue in the middle here because we already have dimensionals there. And I think for good measure though, I'm gonna put one more right there. Okay, so this one is for our inside. You know who has not jumped up here yet is Bigger Tigger. He hasn't done that lately. So this one is gonna go here. Love bringing in the color, extra color on the side here. And then our top here looks like this. Perfect. Hi, Jenna Helms, late but loving the cards. Yay. All right, so let's flip this over. Hey, Jenna, I forgot. It was, okay, I didn't forget, but I didn't remember when I needed to because I thought about it about 4 times while I was doing my live yesterday. And then you said, oh, I'm popping off now. And I was like, oh, dang it. I have a flyer that I was going to share, and I didn't realize it till I was already done. But you guys, if you're looking for a summer stamp camp, and it's in person, it's in Hudson, Wisconsin, and she's also doing an online version. So Jenna's on my team, and she's working her card making endeavors, and she is doing a summer stamp camp on August 3rd in Hudson, Wisconsin. She's got all of her projects designed. And Jenna, if you're on your A game and you want to share a link to your preview video, you're more than welcome to share it. You guys, the cats, this is funny. Watch this. I don't know if you can see this. The cats. You see the tail wiggling? Look at that tail. Right there. You see it? And there goes Honey. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He ran. He ran all the way to that window. Look at him. And there Honey's going back. There is something out there that is keeping them entertained. Okay. Little excitement in the hive here, you guys. I don't know. Oh, man. This all went there, too. Oh, now they're in the window that's over here. Now, as long as the squirrel doesn't end up over, like, right here, otherwise they'll come barreling this way. All right, we got a little bit of glue on here. And then this is going to just go right on the top of our heart. It should fit nicely. Try not to get glue everywhere. You guys, the cats are entertained. Their tails are just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you know what? It's Hunky and Honey, the twins that are out here. Bigger Tigger is snoozing away somewhere. So this fits perfectly over the top of this. And if for any reason you have any part that's hanging out, just take your scissors and you can trim it so that you don't see that popping out off the side. How do they not clear the counter? Penny, there's nothing on the counter. I don't know if you can see it, but that counter is clear. There's nothing on there. And they are in their glory when they don't have to worry about knocking over all of our things. You guys, I say our things because they're yours and mine on the counter. So, all right, we're making progress, All right, we need to find the blackberries that are blissful and stamp them on the card in the 2 words, I love you long And Diane Bogenhagen goes to me, Chris, you do know where that's from, right? I'm like, yup, I do, but it doesn't stop me from saying it. And it's a thing that my friend and I have said to each other for many years. Love you long time. And then it got even more popular with me and Brenda Woods when she started watching me, and her husband would say it to each other all the time when they would leave each other. And so it even has more sentimental value. So yep, love you long time. Oh yeah, don't forget the card giveaway. So guess what, Cheryl? When I went to go get whatever it was on the table over there, I went and grabbed these 2 sets of cards. Okay, so now we're gonna set them right in front of me so I do not forget to give them away, okay? So love you long time is gonna go on the outside. No, I'm just kidding, just love you. And I am gonna trim off the edges just a bit. So you can use your scissors to do this, or if you're really ANAL, you can use a trimmer. So, all right, like that, okay? We made them a little bit longer than what you needed, just in case you had a little bit longer of a sentiment that you wanted to use. Okay, grab your tear and tape. Thanks, Donna. And you're gonna take a piece of tear and tape and put it on the back of the love you, long time, and you can pick off that tear and tape, grab your ribbon, and I started with underneath the Y and the U, angled slightly, a little short Humpty Hump here, angled over to the right, a little short Humpty Hump, and it ends up under the V-ish area, right? I'm gonna cut this what I think it's gonna be, right about there. Grab the tear and tape, put a little bit more right over the top. While I have it here, I'm going to trim my tail there. And let's set that. Thanks, Mary Schreiber. Wait, we gotta finish our heart. So one moment, please. We're going to put a double stuffed Oreo on the left-hand side, kind of right about there. Hopefully that's in the right spot. I'm kind of guessing that should be, yep, that's good. And then we're gonna put, let's just kind of go right here and right there and right there. And let's see if we need one more, put it right there. All right. These are fun. You guys, this one, oh, I just love the purple with the white. So there's our heart, if I only had a heart. Oh, thanks, Sandy Coy. So Sandy, I will tell you, I was scrolling through my emails today, and I do know that you signed up for the July classes. So definitely, I have it on my radar to let you know what to send for the July classes. I definitely know that. Oh, I need to send you a reply. I get to send you a reply is what I should say. I need to get back to the beginning of where I know I haven't been in my emails and work my way forward. I'm gonna put a dimensional way on the end over here. And then I think what I'm gonna do is take off the tear and tape and, oh, hi, baby cakes. She brought her little lammy. Where's your mousey? All right, then this, I put flat tape over here, or flat adhesive on that side, and then the dimensional is on that side. And I did that because the heart is already popped up. Little lammy. Oh, there's bigger Tigger. So you guys, Honey likes to play fetch, and so this is her dirty little lamb. All right, ready, honey? There you go. Go get it, girlfriend. All right. Then we get to gemify it. And I've got a big and a small over here. And, oh, here he comes, you guys. He's coming this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hi, handsome little man. Hi, big boy. Mom, what am I, a man or a boy? Well, it just depends, little man. Are you behaving or not? Whoa. Okay, there he goes. He just wanted to come say hi to everybody. And we're going to put another wee little one over here. Cool beans and bagels. Okay. Why? This is like, why would it be your favorite? This is my favorite. It's just so pretty. Okay, so seriously, if you guys got this class for me, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed making these kits and putting these cards together. You shouldn't have needed a lot of focal images. The stamp set itself, again, has a few. So you could, if you want stamping in your cards, you could have stamped the leaf. You could have stamped the hearts if you want real focal images versus designer series paper. So I totally get that. But they are part of the set if you have it. Or if you have other stamps that are hearts, or if you have other leaves, you could stamp other leaves in. But this is the Friends for Life. And I know going into this class, I had 11 that I didn't have accounted for. And I know that I have probably in my emails maybe 2 to 3 people that previously signed up, and I haven't added you to the list yet. And I know that during class I had 3. So what does that mean? I probably have maybe 5 left. So I'm not going to say I'm going to have this class on the docket for a long time, but I do have it currently set up in my past classes that are available on my resources tab on my website. So that would be, where do I have that? I have my phone plugged in here. That is where you always can go to check the availability of my past classes. I'm gonna move these here and bring these in and let you guys see them again, like that. So we got them all made, super cool. You have lots of ribbon left to make more pretty things with. And that's what we got. And so just to recap, like if you need or want to look at my past classes, if you go to my website, cardsbycrispy.com, you click on resources, and you scroll down to the bottom area here. This is where I already have here Full of Life. And then when you click on it, it takes you right to see these 5 cards. And you can see them here in a cover photo. And then I already have the link shared there. So as long as you see classes here, you can generally feel pretty good that I have them. I went and I updated this last night, and it's pretty up to date. You should be able to get any of these cards at the moment. I mean, sometimes I only have 1 kit left. And so I don't always update it on the spot when somebody gets it. It's when I think to get back in my computer to do it. But you can always check anything. I have lots of spots left for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun with those projects, those make and takes. And I noticed, you guys, I don't know if you guys notice this, but I don't get it. I'm starting to get advertisements in my website, and I'm not a fan. And I'm going to work with Jenna to actually get rid of them because they're annoying on my website and they shouldn't be there. So I have no idea, in all the shenanigans that we did recently, they got put on there and I need to get them off. So, so of course, Angelique said that these 2 are her favorite. That makes total sense to me, Angelique. I can second that. I like them all. I think, you know, and I can say this, and I'm going to be completely honest. This was our extra card. It wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it was another idea for you to easily, like, so if you, the layout is nice, and you could easily interchange this piece of designer paper here and add the leaf and add a label with a tag, and it's a nice layout for an easy card. And again, this was a bonus card. We really had these 4 made, and we thought to ourselves, do we let it go and call it good at 4, or do we try to make another card with another piece of designer paper? And so we ended up like, let's do 1 more. So that's why you guys ended up with the bonus 5th card kitted up. Very, very good. All right, nice, very nice. All right, so what happens with these cards is I give these to Carissa, and she helps me pull winners for card drawings that we do. And how she does it is she runs through the comments and she swipes her finger, and where it ends up is where it ends up, and that's who wins cards. And so that's what I have here for you guys. I appreciate the reminder, Cheryl. This is actually an older one, but we're our way through it, you guys. This class was actually in October, and I don't know how I missed pulling these, but there's a gem here from a different class. We'll have to figure out where that guy goes. This was the Merry, Bold, and Bright Sweet class that we had back in October, and I just missed grabbing them, I guess, out of the box. That one is my favorite. You guys, this is the one that I say God bless the die cutters, because they literally, they die cut. Sandy and Tammy die cut all those little pieces for you. This PDF tutorial is still available in my online store. Kits are gone already. And for my online store, if anybody's ever looking for tutorials, you just go to shop, online classes, and you can search in here for, oh, Rachel totally forgot. Totally makes sense. Right here it is. Merry, Bold, and Bright online class. And you can put this in your online cart with in my store and check out and get the PDF tutorial. All right, drum roll please. Da-da-da. Winner chicken dinner of my favorite goes to Quincy Bridge. Yay, Quincy. Da-da-da. This card goes to Kat Mac, K-A-T Mac on YouTube. Da-da-da-da. Winner chicken dinner goes to Sana Baxter from England. Sana, I've met Sana. She met me down in London. She came down and met me and my brother and Tyler when we were there last year. So super cool. So Sana, I get to send you some happy mail. Da-da-da. The winner chicken dinner is Elaine Reback from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Elaine, I hope you're still watching and that you got to hear your name loud and clear. So Elaine, Quincy, Kat, Mac, and Sana, you are the winner chicken dinners of these cards. And then in January, we're back to January, we had the perennial lavender ink paper scissors. We made 120 of these bad boys. They're gone, but again, the PDF tutorial still is housed out here in the online store in case you want to get in on our PDF. The class is out here. See, that stupid commercial just came up. Perennial lavender ink paper scissors, there it is. And these are the pretty purplelicious cards I have for winners. And this one folded like da-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-doo. That's what it sounded like I was trying to say. This one is a little bit of a fold that way, and this one folds up this way. Super cool. So I have all the measurements on the tutorial. Fun stuff. This one goes to da-da-da-da, Mary Russam. I'm looking here. Russam. Mary. I don't know who you are, but you need to let me know your address if you like this card, or if anybody knows Mary Russam. 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 All right. This one goes to Cindy Nicolosi. Cindy had a birthday 2 weeks ago, and I just sent her a birthday card, and now I get to send her another card. Very cool, Cindy. Yay. Da-da-da. This one goes to Jeanette Pullum. Jeanette, another one. I do not have your address, so if you guys know Jeanette, that would be awesome. Da-da-da. Valerie Fitzgerald. Okay, wowzers. Okay, so congratulations to Valerie, Mary, and Jeanette, who I don't have your addresses and would love them. And also to Cindy, Cindy, I know where you live. Not technically, but I have your address. I could figure it out if I ever took a road trip your way. All right. So congratulations to all you lucky duck winners. So I'm going to put these on a different pile along with Cat Mac. I need addresses for those. I have addresses for these. So these, well, Chris helped me mail these out tomorrow, which is awesome, Saucy. And we need to do one more thing with you tonight. You guys, it's 5 to 8. We did great. We did an ink, paper, scissors in under 2 hours. Amaze balls. I love it. Okay, so we're going to do a little random number generator and pick 2 winners for door prizes. So I'm going to put in here. So we have, I had some in-person people that are not really part of the drawing. And so I'm going to adjust my numbers in my head. 64 would be Anna Schaffer and 65 would be Latokia Trigg. All right, so we're gonna do up to 65. So 65 is the number, all right? And we're gonna pick 2 people, 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. 2 scoops. You guys, if you don't know the story behind that, so maybe if you've been watching me for a little while, you know where that came from. So for not this Christmas, but it was the last Christmas, my mom gave the 4 kids, I have 3 brothers, so she gave all 4 of the kids a scoop with a wooden handle that used to be like what we always used to use as an ice cream scoop when we were younger. So it was a nice steel spoon with a handle, a wood handle, one of those spoons, right? And unbeknownst to her, my sister-in-law, Linnea, who's married to my brother Mike, and she's one of my best friends from college, and they met because of me, they gave us as a whole family, like they gave my other 2 brothers and my mom and dad a scoop that like was almost identical. And I think that she felt bad that my mom and her both gave gifts, but it's like you can always use wood handled spoons like that, big scoops like that. And here's my brother Mike that got 2 spoons or 2 scoops, and he like, you know, in this the commercial Raisin Bran, 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. So my brother Mike says 2 scoops, and then it became a thing because we play marbles all the time. And when you roll the dice and you get 2, the whole thing was 2 scoops, 2 scoops. And so you guys, it probably means nothing to you guys, but if you wonder why I say 2 scoops of Raisin Bran all the time, that is where that comes from. And it is in our crazy family that we say 2 scoops, 2 scoops. And then you have to add on of Raisin Bran. Okay, now if inquiring minds wanted to know why I have that in my head all the time, it never leaves my head. We'll be talking about it till we're nice and old, right? All right, so I have 65 in here. We're doing 65, and I'm gonna hit generate. Generate. Number 60 is Debbie Gast. Yay, Debbie. All right, I'm gonna hit generate. Generate again. 42. 42 is over here. Linda Hunt. Nice girlfriend. You got a prize too. So Debbie Gast, Linda Hunt. I have 2 prizes that I'll have a prize go out to each of you in your next package that we have going out. And again, generally the next shipping day that we have is going to be around, for those that are wanting one shipment from me, it's gonna be around the middle of July, the week of July 8th. So we're kitting up more stuff tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Oh, we're not kidding tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We've gotten away from kidding on Friday, you guys. We backed that up a little bit. So next week we're kitting up game night. And then the following week, the week of the 9th, we're kitting up the ink, paper, scissors, the sweet class, and Rose's technique class. And then between Wednesday and Thursday of that week is when the shipments will go out. So just so you know, for those that are getting one package from me in July, your classes will generally arrive to you on time except for 2. You will probably get your game night and your Hearts and Hugs will be to you a little bit late, but all the rest of them, which is a lot, there's still like 4 or 5 more, will be on time, right? So we're kind of like, when we do one shipment, we're shipping in the middle of all of the classes. So the early classes are a little late and the end of the month classes are a little bit early. And if you're not getting later classes in the month, then what we're doing is shipping that stuff. So, but just so you know, that's where we're at. We have 4 classes for July already kitted up. We're kitting up game night next week, and we're kitting up the other 3 the following week, and then we'll have all 8. There's 8 classes that we're kitting up for the month of July. Isn't that crazy? And that doesn't even include my burgers and beignets, so it's actually 9 kitted classes. We're crazy. This is true. Well, maybe just me in general, not, and maybe others for helping me. So they're on that bus with me. So they tell me they are. All right. So I think that's it. We kind of got everything taken care of. We've gotten 2 classes that we gave out cards for. I'm excited. Birthday cards are set to go in the mail on June 30th, which is Saturday. We got all the thank you cards for those that attended in person with me for the event last couple weeks. We got all the in-person cards ready to go out, the thank you cards, which is about 60 of them. And then we're having anniversary cards. So you guys, we're making tracks. We're making progress and getting caught up. And then next on the docket for me are emails, just to start working my way through emails one by one, slowly but surely. Everybody's email gets answered. So, all right, you guys. I think we did it. Did you guys have a fun class with me? I hope so. Hopefully you guys got some tips and tricks. That's what I love hearing from you. If you've learned anything or if anything was an aha, that is what I have a goal. And sometimes you guys have been watching me for a while and it's old hat or all natural that you guys like hopefully the entertaining comments. So all good. If I missed anybody's questions throughout anything, or if I missed replying to something that you were looking for an answer, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can call me. You guys call me anytime. People who call me, I see it. Just know that if I miss your call, generally send me a text message or an email to follow up with it, and I will get back to you that way versus sending a voicemail. That would be amazing. And I don't know. Other than that, I think we're good. You guys don't hesitate to watch that showcase from yesterday. Then you'll get to see everything that's coming up, what's on the docket for the month of July. And I also included some of Gina Bulow's classes in there. And if you're looking for a Stampin' Camp for early August, on the 3rd of August in Hudson, Wisconsin, make sure you reach directly out to Jenna Helms. She's your girl for that. So yay. All right, you guys. Well, on that note, I am going to sign off and say, see you in the morning. Or I should say, see you later, alligator. And then you guys can all tell me after a while, crocodile. All right. And you guys have a good rest of your night. enjoy the next few hours, and I'll be back sometime around 10ish in the morning to do the scavenger hunt, also known as our Discover Bee Quest. We're going to do the answer reveal, and I'm looking for feedback from you guys, and you can just pop me an email, send me a text. For those that do that with me regularly, you've done it in the past, we changed up the format this time, and we're looking for feedback, and it's always constructive criticism. Did you like it better or did you not like it better? And what didn't you like about it, or what did you like about it? Like, we want to know, because the new catalog for the holiday mini will be coming out soon. I think we can see it sometime in maybe the middle of July, and our pre-order is in August, and we'll be making up a scavenger hunt for that one, or a Discover Bee Quest. And if you liked the old format better, we are more than happy to go back to that if that's what the majority likes. And if you like the new format, we can definitely keep in line with something like that. So I just don't want to waste any efforts making it any more extravagant than we need to. And I don't think that we wasted. I feel like you guys got a lot of added value out of the time that we spent. I should say, actually, Luann spent making all those questions. She worked really hard at it. And I hope that you guys valued it as much as I did, the time that she spent making those questions to help people learn. But we had a little bit less of attendance, and I just wanted to make sure that, like, if we're spending our time where it makes sense to spend our time. So I would love feedback on that for anybody that did it. Don't send me notes if you didn't do it, because that doesn't count. So, all right, you got stuck on question 1 and never got back to it. So that makes sense. Soon, Raccoon. See you soon, Raccoon. And you got it, Angelique. Debbie Gass, that's good feedback. We were hoping that it wasn't too hard for people, and not that it was hard, but you really had to put your thinking cap on. And sometimes in our lives, we don't have the brain or bandwidth to do that. And if it was too much bandwidth that was required, then we want to go back to something more simple, I think. So, all right, Barbara Gabi, we'll see you later. Going to watch the debate. Okay, well, have fun with that. I am going to work on writing out some cards, I think, and getting in front of my computer for you guys. All right, you guys, lots of love and hugs and big sunshine. I should say love, big hugs and love and sunshine to you. I said that a little bit backwards. You didn't send yours, Connie didn't. Too frustrating with the catalog. Yeah, not question 1, just one of the questions. Got it. Okay, yeah. You never went back to it. And you thought to yourself probably, well, why am I going to finish this if I got 1 or 2 of them that I'm not going to know or got stuck with? Okay, so that makes sense. So, yeah. And you guys just know that the comments on this one, now I just read those and I saw them. But if you comment again on here and it's like on the replay, I might not catch it. So you can always, you guys, send me an email or a text. Just tell me your thoughts. And if I hear a lot of people say the same thing that I'm hearing from Debbie and Connie, then we might consider doing something different for the next one. And Eileen got her cards done. Just need 1 sentiment. Yay! Very good, Eileen. You get a gold star for tonight. All right, you guys. I'm going to say it right this time. Lots of sunshine, big hugs, and love to you guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.